So let me guess. You finally got your freighter. The first thing you noticed wasn't the bridge or the scale or the fact that you now have your own flying base. It was probably the letter, whether it's C, B, maybe even A. And almost immediately, thoughts creep into your head. Did I mess this up somehow? If that did cross your mind, you're not behind, you didn't ruin anything, you know what I mean? You're not unlucky either. What you're feeling isn't a game problem, it's almost like a player psychology problem. Modern games train us to believe mistakes are permanent. Wrong class, wrong build, wrong choice. So when the game quietly shows you a freighter class, your brain begins to fill in the blanks. You start thinking, S class is the real one, everything else is settling. But here's the truth. You didn't choose wrong, you just chose earlier. And in this game, timing matters more than stats. Because once you step back, freighter class, it doesn't change what you can do. It changes how quickly things feel convenient later. That's it. Storage still works, fleet missions still run, progress still happens. Nothing is locked away from you. The class doesn't decide your future, it just nudges the pace along a little. And pace only matters once you already understand the system. So why does an S-Class feel so important? It's because most of what we see online is from late game players looking backwards. When someone shows you an optimized freighter, they're not showing you the starting point, they're showing you the destination. And when you're new, it feels like that destination was the requirement, and it really wasn't. So S-Class doesn't teach you the system, it rewards you after you already understand it. And that's a huge difference. If this series was helping you understand the game and have it make a little bit more sense, providing clarity, and nothing in terms of like deep dive like optimizations or what's the fastest way to make this happen, well, that's what this series is for. I built it for people who are not wanting like deep stats and how to make this happen in the fastest way. Just for people who just want to know, hey, look, does this matter like now or over time? If that sounds like you, then hit the like. It tells YouTube that this type of stuff is worth showing. And if you're interested in the rest of this freighter series, subscribe. No rush, no pressure, just clarity over time. Early on, your freighter has a very simple job. Be storage, be a home base, and run fleets in the background. That's about it. You're not optimizing layouts, you're not pushing slot ceilings, you're not chasing efficiency. You're learning how everything connects and how everything works. And at this stage, a freighter isn't a build, it's a tool. And tools don't need to be perfect to be useful. This is where people usually want a ranking. C is bad, B is okay, A is good, and S is best. But from that framing, I think it kind of causes more stress than clarity. A better way to think about it, I think, is when value shows up. C and B classes are flexible, they're forgiving, they let you experiment without pressure. An A class starts to feel good once you already know what you want. And an S class, that's not a requirement, that's just a straight up luxury upgrade for players who've made their decisions. And this is the part that matters most. Nothing breaks. You can replace a freighter, you can rebuild layouts, your fleet carries forward. The only real difference is time. Some choices make progress feel smoother later, others take longer to arrive. But the destination doesn't change. That's why accepting an earlier freighter doesn't hurt you. It just shifts the timeline. So if you're sitting there worried about your freighter class, take a breath. You didn't mess up. You didn't fall behind. You're just earlier in the journey. And once class stops being the thing you stress about, something else takes its place. Storage, layouts, what's safe to delete and what isn't. That's what we're covering next. Because in this game, confidence doesn't come from stats. It comes from understanding why your choices matter over time. If freighters still feel a little overwhelming, that's normal. The next episode isn't about upgrading anything, it's about removing uncertainty. What's safe to delete, what's safe to move, and what looks important but really isn't. So when you're ready, the next video is freighter storage, what's actually safe. Take it at your pace.